guys, Diana here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to sit down with you guys and talk about my recent cruise that I went on. I wanted to give you guys an overview of what I thought about it because this is absolutely my first time on a cruise, and I had a lot to soak in, and I got home to think about it, and then I wanted to share with you what I thought and what I should do. Now I've learned what to do next time on my next cruise, which I'm going on my next cruise in September. I'll be on Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. So I'm excited to take you guys along with me on that cruise. But let's talk about my first cruise ever. So I went on August 1st to the 5th. It was on Carnival. It's their newly revamped Carnival Radiance. It used to be Carnival Victory. It is a small ship, but I highly recommend it just because it's a small ship, so it's great for first timers. So for people that like me that never cruised before, it's a good way to explore the ship and see if cruising is going to be something I like or don't like before I go on to bigger cruises. And I'm so glad that I did it because after this, I think I'm really obsessed with cruising now. I can see what's all the hype about cruising. Back then, I was just like, well, you're stuck on a ship. What is there to do? And I was just like, how good the food could be. It's like you don't really expect much being on a ship and being on the sea, in the sea for that long. But it was a short cruise, so it was like a 5 days, 4 night cruise, which is perfect. It was just my 2 kids and I, and I'm from Oregon, so I did fly to LAX. From LAX, I had a private shuttle to get me and took me to Long Beach, where the Carnival was docked at. It was about 20 to 25 minutes to get to the port. My check-in time was at 11 o'clock. So I had plenty of time, honestly. I took the earliest flight out of Oregon just because I wanted to prevent, just in case I got delayed, I would have other flights leaving to LAX. So that's why I just took the earliest flight. I got to LAX probably around, I think about 9 o'clock or so. And then when I got my luggage and everything, it was actually perfect timing because my driver ended up coming a little bit late anyways. She was stuck in traffic. So it worked out just fine. I got to the port right when I was scheduled to check in. Anyways, I wanted to start from the beginning. So when I booked the Carnival Radiance, the whole testing was still implemented. So meaning that I had to take a COVID test. I'm fully vaccinated, but I still had to take a COVID test. And my kids are unvaccinated, so they had to take a COVID test as well prior going on the cruise. I think it was 3 days prior. And then when they got to the port, they had to take a COVID test as well. Of course, now that has all changed since I've cruised. Now, unvaccinated could go without pre-testing at the port, but you still have to show a negative COVID test, which you could do at home, which is nice. And then and people like us, if we're vaccinated, we don't have to take a test at all. So you just have to show that you're vaccinated and upload it all on the app, which I'll get to that in a moment. So when I booked my Carnival Radiance, and then after that, I think about 30 days prior to leaving, they did offer me upgrades for my room. I did book an interior room. I had a casino offer, so they gave me a really good price on the interior room. I think it was like $50 a person, plus of course taxes and port fees and stuff like that, which wasn't much. So I got a really good deal on the interior room, which I would have been, I really want a balcony, but I say, hey, we probably won't be in the room that much, so what's the point of booking a more expensive room? But Carnival did send me an email asking if I wanted to upgrade my room to a balcony room. And I was like, yes. I did pay $190 for that upgrade, and that was for my 2 kids and I. We're just in one room. So I thought it was a pretty good deal than what I would have to pay if I booked a balcony room in the first place. So I was happy with that upgrade. After that, we got a nice letter from Carnival showing us what we should pack. So this is interesting. I pretty much pack almost, let's say 75% of what they asked me to pack, but this is what I packed that I thought was important. So I packed each of my kids 2 bathing suits. My kids are 7 and 8. So I packed each of them 2 bathing suits as well as for myself. And I packed them each probably about 6 outfits total, and then a few pajamas. And for myself, I packed a few other items that were, it's summertime, so I didn't pack anything heavy. I did pack each of them a sweater just in case at nighttime it did get cold, and it did. So even if you're going in the wintertime, you know, at nighttime out in the sea, it gets very chilly. If you're going to go on Lido deck or any kind of outdoor deck, it is going to be a little bit chilly. So I highly recommend bringing a sweater or jacket, something to keep you warm. I also did bring each of us a backpack. I knew that I was going to check in my luggage when I got to the port, and then they recommended that you bring extra swimming clothes into your backpack in case you want to utilize the pool or the water slides the first day when you get on board. And I'm glad I did, because once we got on the ship, I took my kids to the bathroom. They changed into the bathing suits and they utilized the water slides. There was barely anyone in line, so that's the perfect time to go on slides if you want to go on water slides. And they had a blast. So we spent about 2 hours on the water slides just hanging out on the Lido deck, and then we got hungry. We'll get to the food in a minute. I did bring sunscreen with me. And then medication. So I highly recommend you pack all the medications in their backpack. Each of my kids had their own backpack, so I just put their medications in there, just in case, you know, if they were to lose our luggage, that my kids would have their medication. All the travel documents that needed, your driver's license, your passports, your boarding pass, all of that should be in your backpack or in your purse, whatever. You should always carry that on you, because you never know. Luggage do get lost, and you don't know they're going to get lost at the airport or at the port. So it's always a good idea to just hold on to those important documents, especially the last thing you want to do is go to the cruise and then you don't have it because they were in your lost luggage. So that's highly important for you guys to just carry it on just in case. There's also a couple things I wish I had brought with me. Magnets. So you guys if you guys go follow a lot of YouTubers or on the cruise Facebook groups, they always recommend buying magnets. So if you guys don't know, all the staterooms on the cruise ships are mostly magnetic. So you could actually buy those little magnets and make sure it's heavyweight, because it's going to slide down if it's not like a very heavy magnetic, you know, hold. And then you could hang your wet swimsuits or your lanyards on there. I wish I had that, because I had to lay most of my kids' swimsuits outside in the balcony, and at night it does get windy, so I always had to bring it in just in case it like flew out into the ocean. So I wish I had those, and to put my lanyards hang on, because each of my kids had lanyards too. I'll get into the beverage package in a second, but they would hang they would just throw their lanyards on the table, and you know the rooms are small, so it would just every day they'll ask where their lanyard is. So I wish that I had magnets to put on there so they know to where their lanyards are in every morning. Formal night. So I was on a 4-night ship, so there was a formal night, which is on the Tuesday night. A lot of people dressed up very fancy, and I honestly didn't think it was going to be that formal, so I didn't think much about it. I didn't pack any formal clothes for us, and that's why I wish I would have done. I think my kids would have enjoyed that kind of like dressing up just for fun, take pictures. But we didn't. We just dressed in our casual clothes, which was fine. We ate in the main dining room, but still, we saw a lot of families dress up. So on my next cruise, I know to bring something formal for formal night so we could take family photos. Shoes. So I did bring like a pair of slippers and flip-flops, and then one comfortable like Nike shoes to walk around like Ensenada and Catalina. I highly recommend it. Like if you want to, girls, if you want to bring one high heels for formal night, great. But honestly, after that, you won't be wearing high heels unless you're like want to go to a show, you want to dress up a little pretty, or going to casino, you want to dress up a little bit, that's fine. But most likely you'll be in your flip-flops, slippers, or you know, Nike shoes, because that's the most comfortable way to go on a cruise ship. Even though I was on the Radiance, I did felt the movement. It wasn't that bad, but my first time, I didn't expect it to be a lot of movement like that for me. I'm not a person to tend to get seasick, but that was unexpected. I did buy motion patches, and I put it behind my ear. Surprisingly, I wasn't the only one that had those on. I saw a lot of people had patches behind their ears. So, and honestly, you just put it on once, and then it lasts for 3 days, and you just have to replace it, put another one on for every 3 days. I did switch mine out every other day, just because, you know, I like a fresh one, just in case. I don't want to deal with motion sickness. My son has a tendency to get motion sickness as well, so I put it on him, and after that, both of him and I were just fine. So I'll show you a picture of it in a second of what I bought. You could buy all these on Amazon. I bought most of everything on Amazon, so definitely check those out. I highly recommend it. My girlfriend had the wristband. A lot of people were saying, I saw on cruises mentioned, and she said it didn't work for her, so I didn't bother buying the wristbands. I just stick with the patch, and I did bring pills just in case, but I didn't even need the pills. The patch worked perfectly, and I only needed one patch. I heard that if you have really intense seasick, you put one behind your ear and then one on top of your belly button. But I only needed behind my ear, and I was good my whole cruise trip. I didn't have bothered me at all. Secondly, I highly recommend this, which if you're on the older ships, the newer ones like Wonder of the Seas or Symphony of the Seas, or even the Carnival Mardi Gras, they have USB outlets and more outlets. Unfortunately, the older ships, even if they're renovated, they didn't update, you know, the plugs. So you won't have enough USB ports or like, you know, outlets for your stuff. And that's it can be a little bit, you know, annoying, because you have to wait until one charges and plug it out, unplug it, and put another one in. So I'm glad that I took a recommendation from a cruiser to buy one of these and just plug it into the outlet. And I had plenty of USB ports, and it charges everything. These are allowed on cruises. I've heard there's surge protectors or anything like that, they will toss them if they find it in your luggage, because I heard that it's supposed to be like a fire hazard or something like that. But these are allowed on cruises. So I highly recommend, if you are a person who has a lot of electronics, or a YouTuber that needs to charge all your cameras and stuff, technology, I highly get one of these and just plug it in, and then next thing you know, you have enough ports. Nextly, baggage tags. So when you get your email from Carnival, they will give you they'll give you a link to print out your luggage tags. So they look like these. I used my old one, for example. I printed an extra. So it'll give you these, and you fold them like it says right here, fold, and then you will put it, you can staple it. It says staple, tell you where to staple, and you put those on your luggage. You could, I did buy one of those luggage tags holders. I did buy one that it would fit Carnival plus Royal Caribbean, because I knew I was going to go on Royal next month. And I tried it on Royal recently. I just printed out my luggage tags for Royals, and they fit in just fine as well. I highly recommend you buy those. They are very convenient, just because if your luggage tags get wet, then it gets smeared. The people can't tell what your room number is, so it gets kind of lost. So I highly recommend you buy those luggage tags if you're going to plan to cruise for a while. Even not, those would be great for handy. Just you know, if you ever go on travel somewhere, you need to put something in there. It's actually really convenient. I highly recommend that. Let me see. Yeah, I did. When I came to the port, I did gave the people at the port like $2, like $1 per luggage for them to, you know, bring my luggage to my room. They're so nice. I have to say, everyone I've encountered at the Carnival port, they were so nice. So I highly recommend that you tip them well too. You know, they work very hard. Once I got into my stateroom, then I saw this letter right here. So it kind of gives you an idea what's going on. Safety, smoking areas, you know, numbers you need, and then laundry. If you have to do laundry, they do have laundry on board for you. They're on this one on the Carnival Radiance. It says on deck 1, deck 6, and deck 8. Or you could, you know, call valet. If you're going to do back to back, then cruises, I highly recommend that. Yeah, and then dining, all that is on here as well. Your app, your Carnival app, is be your new best friend. I am so glad that Carnival actually updated their app to make it more it's user friendly. So once we got on board, we logged into the Carnival Wi-Fi, and after that, we were able to book shows or look at our my time dining. If you want to book dining, if you ever have a set time every single night, that's great. If not, my time, you pick your own time. After 6:45 p.m. you could come in, but they let you check in, then they will message you if when your table's ready, so you don't have to sit there and wait, which is nice. They'll show you each day what the shows are at, what activities on Lido Deck, and they'll give you the time. If you're, I went to Catalina, Ensenada, that was my cruise. They will tell you what time get off and get on. So it's a very utilized app. I highly recommend that. That's the first thing you do is download the app. As well, the app is where you upload all your information as your COVID vaccination cards, your COVID results, all that stuff is on the app as well. So that's the first thing you do if you were to want to go on Carnival, is make sure you have the app downloaded. Now let's talk about the beverage package. So it was just me and my 2 kids. My kids are 7 and 8. I did buy the beverage package for it's called Cheers. So Cheers package for myself, which is, you know, unlimited drinks package. I paid $59.99 plus gratuities a day, and I guarantee you I made my money's worth. Not just because I drank. I had about probably 6 to 7 cocktails a day. Each cocktail was about, I'm saying about $10 to $13. And besides that, you get you could drink water, bottled water. You get as well as sodas, as well as coffee. So there's Java on the cruise ship, which is, it's almost like a coffee shop. It's just called Java. And then you could get energy drinks, which I utilize that a lot, as well as sparkling drinks, whatever you want to drink is included in your Cheers package. So I definitely made I got my money's worth, because I utilized all of the drinks. I drank so much coconut water. I felt like that was even worth it. My kids got the soda pack. I got them the soda package. So it was like $8.99 per kid. Then you add, of course, gratuities on it per day. And they just drank as much soda as they want. It was cute because where I was at the Red Frog bar, they would just go there and sit down and ask the bartender, could I have a Pepsi? And the bartender they would give them their C card, and then the sale card, excuse me, and then they would get their drink. Those 2 kids definitely utilized the soda package because they drank it the whole trip. I feel like that was a good price for them. The food. We we didn't it was not offered an unlimited dining package on the Carnival. I don't know, it's because it was a short sailing, they didn't offer it. But we basically ate at Windjammers and Local Fresh like crazy. We just ate Windjammers for breakfast, and we're mostly at the pool, so we ate Local Fresh. We ate there, and oh my god, that place is delicious. For all you cruisers that said that I had to go there, I'm so thankful. Yes, I even came there for breakfast, for their breakfast burrito. That's how much I love it. I have to say Carnival has a lot of options. Of course, this is only my first cruise, so I have nothing to compare it to. But being on a cruise that offers so many food options, I was really impressed. So we ate at Windjammers, that's their buffet for breakfast. And then of course, El Loco Fresh, that's their like Mexican taco burritos on the Lico deck. And then there was Shaq's Big Kitchen and then Guy Fieri's burger joint. All of them were delicious. I have to say Shaq's big chicken, oh my god, the chicken was so juicy. Even my son came back there like at least once or twice a day because he loved it. Even my daughter, the pickiest one, she loved the Shaq sauce. She dipped the French fries in it all the time. Even from Guy's Burger Joint, she would go to Shaq's Big Chicken to grab their sauce and dip the French fries from there in there. Guy's Burger Joint was also delicious. I have no complaints. It was juicy. They had different varieties they could choose from. Each Shaq's Big Kitchen and then Guy's Burger Joint. They had side options like baked beans or pickled jalapenos, so you could add on to it, which is fabulous. I have no complaints. The only place that I didn't try from Guy was Pig and Anchor. I feel like Pig and Anchor is a hit and miss just because their opening is only a couple hours, and I believe that's like on a sea day or something like that, because every time I went there it was closed, but I know it's open because I've seen people eat it, but every time I wanted to eat it, it was closed, so I didn't even bother. We did splurge on a specialty restaurant. We went to Bonsai Sushi, and I have to say it was okay. You know, it wasn't the best sushi I ever had. My kids thought it was just okay as well, but we were just sick of the main dining room and Windjammer, so and my kids wanted sushi, so we came there. They did have some good rolls, but I think the highlight of that place was honestly their miso soup. That's probably the best miso soup I ever had, and I've tried a lot in my lifetime. But I have to say that was good. We didn't get to try the steakhouse, you know, I think that's Fahrenheit. But that's okay. Probably next time we'll try it. But we ate majority of the food that was included with our fare. It was all delicious. The buffet was hit and miss. It wasn't the best buffet. It was actually a very small buffet. And that's why we didn't go there for lunch or dinner. We just ate either Guy's or Shaq's for lunch. And breakfast, we ate Windjammers, which is fine. You know, breakfast food, you can't really go wrong with breakfast food. But we didn't really found it to be appealing during lunch or dinner. It was very small buffet, didn't have much offerings. So that was a little bit of a letdown, but everything else pretty much made up for it. The only thing that was annoying, let me bring back to the drink package. So the only thing that was annoying about the drink package is that every single time you order a drink, you have to sign out. You have to sign for the check. This is my first cruise, my only cruise so far, so I don't know what other cruise lines have done. But I feel like I already paid for all the gratuities for all of it. So it's kind of annoying to sign for every check. And they say that it's because of where they dock at the ports, they charge for tax. So we have to sign out for that. And I was like, okay. But it gets really repetitive. When you order a water, you have to sign it. And a drink, you have to sign it. You know, it gets kind of annoying when you just want to get your drink and just go. You just have to wait. You know, all you long-term cruisers know that it gets a little bit repetitive. So I don't know if Royal or, you know, Norwegian does that. So if you guys know, comment below, let me know if you guys other cruise lines do that, because I just thought it was really unnecessary. Of course, I would add more gratuity to the bartenders that I've got to know being there for 5 days. Actually, I remember their names and stuff. It's pretty cute. Let's talk about my room. So like I said, I got upgraded to a balcony room. Beautiful. I highly recommend a balcony room, you guys, if you guys can. It's nothing wrong with interior rooms. I know that people are there to have fun. They're barely in your room, and but just having that view, even an ocean view room, just getting to look at the outside, you don't feel so cramped in a room. So I did get to see an interior room while I was there. I walked past it, and I asked the person, actually, can I go see your room? Because I wanted to know what interior room looks like. And yeah, it feels like there's no life in there. Honestly, it was just, it felt so cramped. At least with the balcony, even the stepping out to the balcony, you feel like you have a breather. Because, all these staterooms are about 180 to 210, square feet. They're not that big. So having a little bit extra space or even a view makes you feel much better, in my opinion, to be honest. Like I said, I had just myself and my 2 kids. So they were able to put the 2 twin beds together, making it into a king size bed. So my daughter and I slept on that, and they pulled out a bed from the wall down for my son, and they attached a ladder for him to get up there to sleep on. So I honestly felt for 3 of us, 2 kids and 1 adult, it's a perfect size. I didn't feel cramped whatsoever. My kids felt just fine. Our luggage, we're able to slide it underneath the bed. That's extra storage. And they have a lot of drawer space. If you guys haven't watched my balcony room tour, go back and watch it, because I did show my room, how it looks like, configuration with the wall bed down. There was plenty of storage, so for my kids to put their clothes in. I did buy a travel collapsible clothes hanger, so you could actually what you do is unzip it after you get out your luggage, and then there's 2 hooks, and you just hook it into the closet, and then your clothes are already in there stacked. So I'll show a picture of that up here as well, so you guys can see. I highly recommend you ladies buying that. It's such a saves time. It saves time, and then you don't have to unload your clothes, and all you do is just unzip it and just hang it into the closet, and you're done. I feel like that's such a good purchase to get on to your cruise as well. With any vacation, I highly recommend buying that, just to save you time from unpacking pretty much. What else? I think that covers most of it. Yeah, and we were there. Okay, so for the shows, I was not impressed. I have to say, I have nothing, like I said, I have nothing compared to, but from what I've heard, Royal Caribbean has better shows, and I could see, like, there's not that, I was impressed with what I saw. What was fun, I have to say, was the Love and Marriage. Oh my god, that was so entertaining. And then Deal or No Deal, that was fun. And then Bingo. I played Bingo either way. But those were the only 2 shows, like Deal or No Deal and then Love and Marriage, that I really enjoyed. All their musical, other stuff, I did not like it. It was not really coordinated. I didn't feel like they were really good at singing. I feel like it was just a show, nothing to wow me. With not saying that it was a worst, I don't know if it's a worst, but I honestly thought it was just okay. So there was nothing to brag about. Like, I think their food is their specialty, more of a Guy Fieri, and then Shaq's Big Kitchen was more to say than the shows. The casino. So the casino was good size for the ship. It's not the biggest, like casino, but it had all the newer slot machines, which I appreciate. And there was a smoking area in there. If you're playing, then you could smoke. The slot machines have like little smoke icons. The ones you could smoke, of course, is green, and the ones you can't smoke are there. It has an X out of the cigarette. The just say I did lose a pretty good amount at the casino. That's probably the tightest slots I ever witnessed in my whole life, and I played a lot in Vegas. So, but it was for entertainment, and I had a blast. I met so many great people there, and it was a good time. You know, I put my kids in the kids club. I'll talk about the kids club in a second. But the slots were really tight. I was fortunate to sat next to a little Asian lady. She was so adorable. She won $13,000, you guys. Yeah, and she bet like 60 cents a hand. She won 13,000. I was just like, oh my god. I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was on that machine too before I switched onto the other machine. But you know, it's not meant to be, it's not to be, but it was all for entertainment, and I had a great time. I did get a casino offer for playing at the casino after I came back from my sailing. It was a good offer too. So I was offered a free interior room and 200 onboard credit for my next sailing with them, but I have to book it by end of this month. So I'm deciding if I want to or not, but of course I would take the free interior room, and then they eventually, hopefully, I have to say, hopefully they will offer me a balcony room. So let's talk about the Adventures Ocean. So my kids went to the Adventures Ocean pretty much every night. Every night. Sometimes on the last day they did stay. They did went there during the day as well. After breakfast, they wanted to go there for a couple hours, so I took them there. But overall, I'm so impressed with the Adventures Ocean. They were very coordinated. They're very organized. My kids had no complaints. They had fun the whole time. For the first time, they wanted to stay after hours. That's how much fun they were. I usually drop them off at Adventures Ocean after dinner. So they would be there about 7 o'clock. I think they're open from 7 to 10, I believe. I think so, 7 to 10. And then after 10 o'clock is after hours, and it's only like $7.50 per hour after hours for each kid, which is so worth it, you guys. Sometimes you guys want to stay out later for the white party out on the Lido deck, or other shows are going late at night, then you guys want to go watch. Like for me, I went to the casino. I also went to a few shows. So I just drop them off, and then I go check on them. They say they want to stay after hours, so I let them stay. And the after hours is from 10 to 1 a.m. So, and the first time they both wanted to stay till after hours. So that's how much fun they had. And every single day they change it up. Even the main dining room, they change up the food like a little bit on the menu. So you get a different variety every day. You don't eat the same stuff, which is nice. So if you guys are worried about the Adventure Ocean not being safe, I could tell you it is safe, because they have locked doors. After the kids go in, it's locked. You cannot go in there unless a staff lets you in, and they don't let anybody in once the Adventures Ocean opens. They do have family bingo where you could go in with your kids and they all play bingo. We all play bingo together, or like a dance party or something they have. But besides that, no adults could go in besides the staff. So you feel safe about it, leaving your kids there. You know, I did tour it when I first got on board, and it was great. The staff there was great. They got to know my kids really fast because they were there all the time. And another advice I have for you guys, once you guys get on board, get the muster station done. We almost had to be delayed because some people did not get their muster station done. So it holds up the whole, sailing away party. I just get that done. That's the first thing I did. I'm a first-time cruiser too. I just went straight there right when I got on board. I didn't even stop for a drink. I went straight to get my muster, and it only took like 2 minutes. They scan your sailway card, sail sign card. I don't know what that's called. Is that what you guys call it? Sail card. But anyways, that card, and then you sit there, listen to the muster drill, and then they let you go on your way, and you're checked off. It literally takes 2 minutes. I don't know. I do not understand why people do not do that when they get on board. Just get out of the way. And after that, you guys could go to the pool, go get drinks. you know, just, and then you don't have to delay the sailaway party. That's what my thought process was. Also, I highly recommend lanterns. So I did bring a lantern for myself. I just put it in my Lululemon, you know, belt bag. I didn't think much about wearing it, but it came so in handy just to wear it, because every time you go in and out of your bag, it's annoying because you'll be using a lot for drinks. So that's why I'm like, okay, so I actually put mine on, you know, wear it and put my card in. It was such more convenient doing it that way. I even bought one for my kids on the ship. The card, yeah, because my kids have a beverage package, so I got them each a lanyard so they could easily take their card out to scan, give it to the bartender to scan. So they loved it. It was so much easier because they don't have pockets. Usually their clothes don't have pockets. So that's the most convenient way for them to show the bartenders their card to get a beverage. What else I want to talk about? So the departation day. So the day that you get back to Long Beach, you have the option the night before to put your luggage out in front of your stateroom for the people to pick it up. And when you get off the ship, you could go where I think they said that your letter of your I forgot what it's called. What's it say? What's that thing? What would they say? Okay, anyways, they give you a like this, a sheet of paper, and it tells you, you know, about your how to debarkation. It starts at 7:30 in the morning. If you have an earlier flight, I highly recommend you just hold on to your luggage and go off the ship with your luggage, because that's the best way to do it if you want to make your flight. I was off, so I ended up keeping my luggage. I didn't put it out in my front of my stateroom just because I like to hold on to it. I don't want to risk of them like getting mixed up with someone else. My flight wasn't until 2 p.m. anyway, so I was in no rush, but I like to put my dirty clothes and stuff in the luggage. So I like have everything with me. I don't like to feel like I have to leave some stuff out, like my toothpaste and toothbrushes and stuff, and then carry it on with me on my backpack just to get off the ship. So those kind of things, I just kept my luggage with me. Plus I only had 2 luggage. Just, you know, I stuffed one for myself and then my 2 kids had one. Debarkation, getting off the ship, it was a little bit of a hassle. I didn't really know where to go. There was really no direction. But we eventually followed the group that went, and we just got off the ship. We went to Windjammers at breakfast before we got off, and we just took our sweet time since our flight wasn't until 2 p.m. anyway. So oh, if you were to buy liquor, so we did buy liquor on the ship, which is highly recommended. It has a better price. You're not able to pick it up till the day you get off the ship. So if you were to buy the liquor on the first day you got on the ship, you cannot bring it to your room. They would hold on to the liquor until the day you get off the ship. So you have to wake up. I had to go pick it up around between 6:30, I believe, to 7:30 or something like that. 6 to 7 or something like that, around that time. I had to go down to where was it? Where did I go down to? Limelight. I went down to the Limelight Lounge and to pick it up, and then I had to pack that in my luggage. That was another reason why I didn't put my luggage out in the front of my stateroom, because I knew I bought liquor, so I had to pack that in to my luggage, because I couldn't, obviously I can't check it in, you know, I have to check it in. I couldn't carry on, I couldn't carry on to the airplane. I would have to check my bag in either way. So that's the reason why I didn't put my luggage in the front to get it picked up. Transportation. So after we got off the ship, it was about, I have to say, a 20-minute process for us to get off the ship. Once we got off the ship, there was already a bunch of taxis. For all of you guys are wondering if there's taxis waiting, yes, there are. So once you get off the ship, there's taxis waiting. You could just call a taxi. I've heard it's been between about $30 for a taxi ride to LAX, probably cheaper to Long Beach. I did Uber. After I got the ship, I Ubered. I just went to my Uber account and signed up for Uber, and they came in 10 minutes. And I was in the car and then heading over to LAX. I think my Uber was about $42 for us, and then it was to LAX and there was traffic. So it gives you a price range of about 30 to 40 bucks depending if there's traffic or not, or you're going to Long Beach or LAX. Make sure you clarify if you're going to LAX or Long Beach, because funny, my Uber driver said that he had a customer that needed to go to LAX, but he told him Long Beach. So when he got to Long Beach, he's like, oh my gosh, I actually need to go to LAX. So he was, struggling a little bit and trying to make it on time for his flight, but just to make sure you punch in the right airport when you ask for Uber. Internet package. So the last thing I want to talk about is internet package. I did buy an internet package. I just bought a premium package for myself. I did that just because I wanted the kids to be able to FaceTime their dad so he won't get worried. It was just me and the two kids, and he wanted to know every day if we were okay, what's going on. He wanted to talk to kids, how they're doing. And it works 75% of the time. I think when it was most choppy is when we're really out in the sea. And that's the only time it was a little bit choppy, but other times we were able to FaceTime him just fine. I was able to check my emails, even got to look at YouTube for a little bit. So the premium package wasn't that bad. I believe it was like what, $15-16 a day. I think they have 3 different packages. I bought the premium one, which is the most expensive one. I just want to make sure it works. I don't know if the other 2 works or not, but for me, the premium one worked just fine. Also, another tip, make sure once you get on board, when they start sailing away on the first day, that you put your phone on airplane mode. Because if you don't, you start getting roaming charges. So you need to talk to your carrier, who your phone carrier is, to make sure that you're able to use roaming, that you won't get charged for it. Because I've heard horror stories that people came back with $1,000 bills because they were on roaming most of the time. I'm with Verizon, and I know that from Canada or Mexico, we are able to call for free. It's part of our package. But out on sea, it's a little bit choppy, so I don't know. I just had mine on airplane mode the whole time. I was able to use the Wi-Fi and call the kids' dads just fine. Overall, I have to say, I was so happy with this cruise. I had so much fun. I didn't know what to expect. This is all first impressions for me. I had fun at Catalina Island. It was such a cute little island. I wish we were able to rent golf carts and go around the whole island. But it was just me and the 2 kids, and I didn't feel like it was worth getting a golf cart, and the golf cart line was so long. So we just walked the island a little bit, and the kids got to play the arcade there, and then we just came back on the ship, and then the kids enjoyed the pool when there was that many people on the pool. And after that, Ensenada was surprisingly, I wasn't sure I wanted to get off at Ensenada. This is way before what happened in Ensenada, so we didn't have that run into that issue. But it was cute. Downtown was cute. It was very clean. And I've been to a few Mexico places like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, and Cabo. I have to say, Ensenada is not that big, but they kept it very well kept, like clean. The people there were so nice. They weren't that pushy to me. So I kind of appreciate it. I'm glad I got the ship to take the kids downtown so they could explore it. There was a shuttle bus at Ensenada. It was $4 per person round trip, which is worth it. And they go back and forth to Ensenada and the cruise ship every 10 minutes. So all you need to do is just remember where they drop you off to go back to the same place, and then they'll take you back to the ship. I think that's it, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comments below. My next trip will be going to Arizona. My son's turning 9 years old, so we're going to take him to Arizona. I will make sure to vlog that and share it with you guys once I upload all that. And then from there, we're going to, on our next cruise, which I just mentioned in the beginning of the video, that we're going to on Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas, and that'll be a 5-night, 6-day cruise, and that's an overnight in Cabo. So I'm so excited to vlog that too for you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for you guys for watching. Till we talk again. Goodbye.